Alright everyone, RJ here, back with another video, and today I'm giving my pick of the best mid-range smartphone of 2022, hands down, the Google Pixel 6a. Now some of y'all may say, nah, that's a budget phone, man, why are you classifying? No, okay, if I had to classify this, I would say upper mid-range, maybe even really low-tier flagship because of what the kind of performance it gives, what it offers, and how it just works, okay? So this phone came out at a retail price of $449. Now for the last couple of months, you've been able to get it for like $299 and free with carrier incentives and stuff like that, which makes this a fantastic deal. I mean, $300 for what you're getting right here is just crazy, and it's well worth it. In my opinion, it's worth it at $450 because of what you're getting. But hey, if you can get it on sale, hey, even better, right? This phone runs the Google Tensor, G1 processor. It has stellar cameras. The RAM and storage being 6 gigs and 128 gigs of storage is not bad. Battery life is fantastic. The screen is beautiful. And whatever negative things you've heard about this phone, ignore, get it out of your mind, get it out of your head, okay? Now, the display. It is beautiful, okay? Full 1080 AMOLED panel here. It just looks so crisp, very clear. It's the kind of phone where the display is, I think, a 6.1 inch display, where it's big enough to where if you want to watch content, it's fine, but it's small enough to put in your pocket and kind of forget about. You know what I'm saying? The display is just beautiful. I mean, it just flows right along. It just looks good. The brightness level is about halfway, and yeah, it's just very beautiful. Now, the back of this phone is made out of plastic. Now, Google did such a good job at the back of it here. A lot of media outlets and tech outlets was saying this had a glass back, and I thought it did too. And then a lot of them had to kind of retract that and say it's a plastic back, But that's how good Google made this phone, as far as the build was. Most did not even know this was a plastic build on the back here. Because it does just feel that premium. It does feel nice. I love the flat display here on the 6A. Bring back flat displays. Now, I don't mind a little bit of curvature on the screen, but some of them are just, oh my goodness. Bring back flat displays on all phones. Yeah. Fingerprint scanner. Greatly improved over the 6. I mean, it works every single time that you press it without any issues. Is it the fastest in the world? Probably not, but it works, and it's much improved over the 6. Now, the 6 Pro, I had no problem with it. Worked great, but the 6 was a nightmare, and the 6A is just really good. Now, another thing, was this phone's refresh rate. It got trashed for being 60 hertz. Now, this is somebody, myself personally, who uses 120 hertz, 90 hertz when it's available, and I have no problem going back to this phone right here with a 60 hertz display. You heard a lot of much bigger creators trashing this phone because of the 60 hertz display, saying that, oh, for the price point, it should have been blah, 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 blah. But those are the same ones who got their hands on the iPhone 14 Plus. That cost $900, and it had last year's processor. It had a 60 hertz display, a lot of older tech and stuff like that, but it got a pass because it was Apple, which kind of go figure. But, this phone was dumped on, while other phones that was double the price never heard a peep because, well, it's just the way it is. But anyway, back to the point of this phone. Really nice device, okay? You're going to have no problems with the performance of this phone. Cameras are really good. Yes, they are older generation cameras, like the Pixel 3, 4, 5, but the AI, machine learning, all that stuff has made these cameras just that much better. And if you can get a good picture with this phone, I don't know what to tell you. Now, video, it's decent, not the greatest, which we know, but the photo quality is stellar. The front-facing camera is pretty good. It's not the greatest in the world, but it does do a really good job and really good lighting and stuff like that, so no problem. The battery life, The battery may not be the largest battery in this phone, but honestly, battery life is subjective. Whenever you use a phone, everybody uses their phones differently. If you use this phone here for some social media, watching YouTube videos, if you're just using it average, you're going to get really good battery life on this phone. A couple of days. But if you work somewhere like Uber, DoorDash, Amazon, where you got to have your GPS on all the time, all day long, along with the phone and whatever else you got on the phone, that's going to eat your battery up. So, now I can't say how good battery life will be if you're using it that heavily all day long. But for my usage, it gets plenty of battery life. No issue whatsoever. So battery life on this phone is really good, and there's no issues there. Just my personal experience. Now, the phone is just smooth. The phone just works. It is very fast, very fluid. There is absolutely no hiccups, no stuttering here. It just works and works very well. Geekbench score that I ran, 1058 single core, 3051 multi-core. Really good, in my personal opinion. The phone just flows along. It just is smooth, okay? You're going to have no issues in the performance of this phone. Like I said, storage being 128 gigs of storage. I got about 80 gigabytes free, in this phone right here. I have no problems with 120 gigabytes of storage in a phone, unless you're paying way too much money for it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there you go. But now, it would have been nice to see Face Unlock here on this phone. It needed it. I'm glad they put it in the 7 Pro, but it would have been nice if they would put it in the 6A. But like I said, the fingerprint scanner at least is greatly improved over what it was. Now, this phone does run Android version 13 and is on, of course, the latest security patch December 5th. And it just works, y'all. The stereo speakers on here, they sound pretty good. They're nothing mind-blowing, which honestly to me, since the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, Google has just not gave the same level of sound out of their speakers as the 4 and 4 XL. Even in the new 7 Pros, the 4 and 4 XL, if you had that phone or heard that phone, it was just the best speakers on a Pixel to date. But overall, just giving you my opinion of it, great phone. Highly recommend this phone. If you can get it for $300, I would say buy it all day long. But if you want to pay full price, but you're going to get it for that, I would say it's still worth it, especially when this phone's out here, like the iPhone 14 Plus, it's giving you for double. If it can get a pass, this can get a pass at the price. Okay, let's just call it for what it is. All right. But Type-C charging, cameras are phenomenal on this phone. Performance is good. Everything about this phone here, I just don't got nothing negative to say about it. Unless you want to say 60 hertz is a negative, then you can nitpick that. If you want to say, that the display could be a little bit larger, you can, whatever you want to say. If you want to say that the charging could be faster, if it's going to last you all day, anyway, just throw it on charge at night and go on, It's a good phone. It just works, okay? It just works. It's going to get you through a whole day. Processor is good. The RAM, yeah, it's a little bit low for, being 6 gigs of RAM, but it does a good job. Storage being 128 gig, it'd be nice if it was a minimum of 256 gigs. That's where it should be, honestly, especially when you're seeing phones for $199 that are from lesser known companies, giving you that amount of storage, basic, plus SD card expansion sometimes. So, there is a few little things you can nitpick about this phone. Overall, I rate this phone very highly. In my opinion, you ain't going to find a phone that is going to give you the camera performance, the everyday performance, the battery life. You ain't going to have any issues using this phone as a daily. I'm telling you, you ain't. So, that's all I got to say here about the Pixel 6a. Do I recommend it? Well, yeah. Yeah, every day, all day. Really good phone. I just like it. So that's all I want to say about it. If it's helpful for you in any way, hit the like button. Any questions you may have, leave it down below. If you're new around here and you haven't subscribed, be sure and subscribe. Click that bell on for all notifications. I would really appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.